Hi, okay, we're moving on to part, well, this will be part 9, even though it says part 8 up here, it's actually part 9. We've still got our really cool little thing in the corner here. Woohoo! So, I love that. What I'm going to do now is just kind of quickly scan through a couple of reference pictures I've got, because I'm doing this on the fly, as I've mentioned. And I kind of work out the shape I'm going to be using, as much as anything. Okay, I think I can just about see it. And, yep, I've got it. Okay, now, I'm going to start with a box. It's all about visualising your model. I mean, I'm only using a set of about 3 photographs for this. And I want to start, let's see, round about here. I want to go up to, about here. Pull out. About that far. Right click. Okay. You've got to try and, always work out that you're getting it the right shape and stuff, otherwise it ain't going to look good. Okay, now I'm going to do some isolating, just so I get the bits that I want. It helps me kind of make sure I'm getting this to scale. Hide and selected. Now I can turn on F4 and convert to editable poly. Now check my naming conventions. This is basically a shoulder, so I'm going to give it the appropriate name, shoulder. Now, first things first, time to do a little bit of connecting, and then I'm going to move this line down about yay far. There we go. Now, just have another look at my references here, because I want to be getting the correct shape as much as I possibly can. Now, it's an interesting shape actually. It's going to come down. I'm just going to change this to view, not local. Round about that far there, and then if I just get this right, I'm going to move this in to about there, just so it's the same angle as that. Now, if I go at the back here, oops, select my polygon, I can see that it's going to go about twice as far again, so it's going to go to about there. So it's quite a big kind of shouldery piece. Alright, and I'm just going to stop for a second to look at some reference. Okay, and I've managed to find the reference I was looking for. I had to pause this for a minute whilst I was doing this, because otherwise it will take ages. Now, I just want to open that out. I know I could do this in real time, but you really don't want to watch me searching around for 30 minutes for a crappy reference, so just want to make sure I'm getting the size right. Okay, that looks about right. Now, what I need to do then is drop over here and select that one and that one. I'm going to insert them. Now I'm going to take down here, and I want to insert that the same amount. And I'd quite like to do a cut from here to about there. Okay, now check the cut out. It's not bad, it's a bit off, but it'll be okay. Check the viewport over here, because I want to straighten it out a little. There we go, there, and oops, wrong one. Make sure it goes red so that we know to select the right one. Select, damn you. There we are. There we go. Maybe a little bit more that way. There we are. Right, now I'll zoom in from the bottom, just checking there. Not quite lining up. Right. Okay. Hang on a second, I should probably close this actually. Right. Now I can do some quick target welds. It's a bit of a pain in the bum doing it this way, however. It's this or Boolean, and 9 times out of 10 it's easier to take the extra minute or two rather than really dicking your model to death in booleans. Alright. It's kind of overall checking of the shape again. So important to get this piece looking right. And of course these guys have to be a little bit apart from here as well, so there we are, not too close. And what we'll do is at the back here I'll kind of join them across, and then we'll have the pipes going in there and we'll have the engine parts coming out. Okay, back to, that's the material editor. Oh, I just opened that. Close. I must be going mad or something. Now then, I can either delete these or I can just move one part. I'll probably just delete that bit actually. There we go. Now I can select this and extrude it by 0. Reason being obviously that I want to bring it back like so. Not too far though. Say about there. Okay, now on the underside I'm going to delete that off. I can flip over. Okay. Now I'm going to do a target weld and have this angled back a bit here. Or I can just cut through, or I can target weld from here to here. I'll just do this actually, that way it stops it having a bit of a tapering on the inside that I don't particularly want. Now, I need to take a kind of chunk out of this as well. And here it might be simpler, unfortunately, to use a bit of a boolean. So, I'm just going to look at the shape that I want. It's around about there, pull it out. Change this to local, just so I push it in on the right angle. And make sure it's not intersecting where it shouldn't be, and if you look it is. Just the width to there. A bit more that way. Alright. Quick boolean. Then convert it back. Now, because we've done that, I just want to do a quick check and see if we've got any mad quantities of like verts knocking around that we shouldn't have. Doesn't appear to. No, we seem okay. Actually seems to have been a clean cut this time, which is nothing else pretty bloody miraculous. Right, now I want to do a cut across from about here to about here. Alright, and I'm just kind of checking this over, looking at the angle I want to go from. I'm going to bring this line down a little bit now. There we go. And select there and there, inset about. Now, I don't like the way that one's going over there, so I'll cancel a minute and I'll go and repair that immediately. Have a look at the line we've got. Yeah, we have a line going to nowhere. That's not good. So I've got to find this missing edge. Here it is. And continue it. Unfortunately, sometimes you get this kind of thing. In fact, it might be easy just to delete that thing. And let's see, select there and there. Just use connect. And Would you believe it was in the right place anyway? There we go. Now I'm going to select there and there. Do my insert again. I'm doing this by eye, working out the width I need, which is about there. And click OK. Should I make it 5? Straight 5, it's easier to remember. Now I can just go over here. Now I want to add a split down here, so select that, and I could ring it, connect it. I want to insert that, and that, and then down the back here. Like so. Now I can select all these parts here, and I can insert them. Sort of scratch my eye anyway. So I'm going to. Do I want to bevel them or just extrude them straight back? Let me think. Maybe I'll just extrude them straight back and bevel them in a minute. That yay far, just so it's the same as this one here. Make sure there's no crossovers, because they are messy when you get those. Okay. Now, time to go around and do some touch-up work. Touch-up. So, loops. Lots of loops. Turn off ignore back facing. Should be able to ring that selection. Now when you do, it goes a bit over the top, so I'll not bother. It's a bit like moving a piece of paper around and drawing on it. I really do like this kind of freehand kind of selection. It's nice. And there are various tools you can use in Max to make it a bit easier for yourself, but Sodom. I'm going to chamfer that line, by the way. It's optional. You don't have to if you don't want to, but it will make it look a bit better if you do. And to all my goon buddies who have been keeping updated with this. Hey, sup goon buddies. Oops, wrong one. There and there. It will take a few minutes to select these. I mean, you don't have to chamfer them, but I've said it to so many people in the past, if you don't, then your model's going to look crap. It just is, because the light will not reflect properly or highlight properly on an unchamfered edge in 3D, because your 3D corner, which is what we're selecting at the minute, has no depth to it. Your 3D application doesn't create your edge and go, I'd like it probably if it's able to reflect the light. The 3D application that you're using at the minute, in essence, is just a slightly recoded architectural CAD system. The kind that my grandpa used to really hate. My grandpa was an architect, and he really didn't like these kind of things one little bit. Now, I've got to select these bottom ones. See what I mean about it taking ages? You're just watching a video of someone selecting a load of lines. You think to yourself, God, why am I doing this? I could be off, watching football or finding a cheerleader. Okay, just go over it, checking it all, that one. Oops, turn off ignore back facing while I just select that one. Okay, I think we should have them all there. I hope. There's F4. Now go to the chamfer tool. Just bring it in. Don't chamfer too much. And it looks like there's a couple of little pieces I forgot over here. Scan the model by eye. Okay. There. And I don't know if you can see the difference or not. I mean, you should know already from this one, though, what a hell of a difference it does make. Yeah, that's cool. There we go, and I can just do a little bit of scaling tool if it doesn't look quite wide enough, which it didn't. So I'm just going to scale that in a little bit more like so. It's rather surprising it doesn't kill your model when you do that. See? Now then, there's a little bit of something going on down here that's probably going to need repairing as well. Yeah, I thought so. I think I'll have to strip that off and rebuild it. That won't take long. And I think I want to change the size of these. There we go. Maybe on the back too. I'm clicking grow simply so that it affects all the way around the frame, like so, you see. And because I've done that, I think I'll just reset the transforms just to be sure. Should be fine, but you know. And drag that material over there so I can see it slightly better. Okay, I want to raise up. Let's see, do I want to raise that one up or not? Front zoom. That's better. Alright, now start rebuilding this part here then. I have to get in quite close because of the chamfers. Now what's that? I'm interested to see what that there is. Let's go in. It's going all the way up to there, so it's on this side. Just take this off a minute. Okay, yeah, it just appears to have been something strange over there. I can just cap that off now that I've deleted that poly. And I'll do that, I think, once I've created something over here. Yeah, look, there's a mismatch going on here. So okay, I can do a repair on the fly. It looks like this part here didn't chamfer, which is probably what caused it. Yeah, that'll be what it is. Okay. Easiest way to do this is actually grab this end one here and just chamfer that at 4.4, maybe less. Now, if I zoom in on it, I want to target weld that single one just there. Okay, so now we've got this piece here that's ready to accept a chamfer from up there. a fairly good eye to be able to see this. Just put them both in screen. So create, let's start with this one. There, there, and there. There we go, that's our first one. Don't worry about that corner. We'll sort that out in just a minute. I'm going to do an edge. 1, 2, quick connect. Now I can just bring this down to there. Press F3. Now then, look at our verts. There's one. And there's one. Do a target weld. Pull back. Press F3. Okay, it's invisible things like this, you know, well, not really invisible, but just things that you can't see. They need to be fixed. Check these over. Okay, if that's coming back, then I'll have to move these ones back as well. Good old tweak. Whee! We love tweaking. There we are. Works for me. Now, hopefully, I should be able to fill this hole now. Let's see. Yep. And technically, I can fill that one just with a single cap, but I don't normally like doing so because it does tend to look a bit messy. So if I'm going to do that, I'll do some cuts. Like so. Okay, so we've got this shape going together here, and I'm just looking at it to make sure it's kind of the right width compared to the rest of it. Let's see, could have been a little bit wider. Scale it out a bit. There we go. That's definitely a transform reset. Now, I want to select this piece a moment and grab one of its lovely little spots here. Now, I'm just going to drag that out and call it a rivet. Rivet, rivet. And effect pivot only, sensitive object off. Left viewport zoom. Turn off angle snap there. Just it's quite important that I get this lined up. Like so. Because obviously, as you know, we need this rivet here. And we're not going to be able to copy it across from one side to the other because that side's lower than this side. Now, what we need to do is max script, run script, C : /cds max 6 /. It should be in your 7 directory. I just didn't bother installing mine. Scripts, examples, and I know I can assign it to a button. I'm just lazy. Placement tool. Set selection source. Pick my distribution object. Whee! Rivets everywhere for no reason. Alright, time to get busy. And just going to kind of look over where they're supposed to go. Everywhere. Alright. I'll try and get them in the right place first time actually. Sorry if I'm not talking as much at this point. It's just I need to kind of work out exactly where each one of these goes, you know. There we are. I'm aware there's no decals on our Dreadnoughts. It's kind of a neutral one though, in the sense that you can literally stick whichever decals you bloody well want on it. Okay, put our rivets on that side. These lines here really do help me kind of work out roughly where these are going to go. I don't want as many rivets going down here, for example. This eventually evolved into the paint deformation tool in Max, I believe, but very, very useful little script this one. Oh, there goes my extra fans kicking in. That means my processors are complaining about the amount of work they're doing, probably. So that means yours probably are too. So you might not want to be going at the speed I'm going at. It's entirely optional. Now you can see what a difference adding these details does make. It's what I call, I remember referring to this in the Ultimax set as our selling point. If you're selling a model to a client, or to your TD, or even to just your modding group, you've done your model, you want them to like it. So, if it's a high poly model that you're using as a normal map, just go to town, put the detail there. If it's a low poly model, don't put the detail there. Go and see the texture artist. That's his job. Though if you're a low poly artist and you're looking at this, go and do something else. This is not for you. That last one didn't get placed properly. Control Z, redo it. Okay, turn off the placement tool. And if I just select that, delete it, select this, and I'm nearly done for this part. So attach, where's my rivets? Rivet. Oh, bloody hell, loads. 73 rivets. There we go. Front viewport, zoom out, and slap on the old symmetry modifier. Perspective, zoom out. Just to remember, I'll just reset the transforms on these two. The reason that's happened is because it's an inverse copy of this, so all the normals are flipped. Easy to select, easy to rectify. Just Control A, and then just flip. There we go. That's back to normal again, and the transforms are reset. Unhide all. Sign the same material so I can see how it's coming along. Excellent. I'm pretty pleased with that. I know the back half's pretty plain, but don't worry, we'll be coming back to that later. Okay, and this is the part where I'll go, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.